Hey guys, this is your daily reminder that AAA video games are gay and retarded now in 2024. They're astroturfed. Companies like EA are ramming them in. They're buying off reviews for people to say these games are good, and it's absolutely disgusting what they've done to the industry. Look back at a time like 2007. Dude, look at the bangers that came out in this golden era of video games: Call of Duty 4, BioShock, Assassin's Creed 1, Halo 3, Portal, Team Fortress 2, God of War 2, Rock Band, Half-Life 2, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, the B movie game, Manhunt 2, Heavenly Sword, Crisis, The Witcher. Bro, like, what has happened to video games, y'all? I mean, I know the industry is different. I don't expect it at a level like this, but guys, this is the slop that we're getting in 2024. Game culture used to be awesome. Sorry, I just included Urban Chaos Riot Response in here because this game looks really cool. Somebody in my comments was telling me about it, and I'm trying to pick it up right now. But guys, what a different time video games used to be. So guys, today we're talking about Dragon Age: The Veilguard, and this is the latest culprit of just a complete disaster, and how really the entire satanic gay game development industry is just it's really going one way, and gamers are going another way, and until they give us what we want, they will continue to lose. So what I have on the screen here is the bustiest woman, the woman with the largest breasts and butt that you can make in Dragon Age, just to show you how ridiculous this game has become. And I want to remind you guys that what we're about to see with video games and with the journalists and the review, it's everything. It's AstroTurf. They're game journalists and EA. They're trying to push these games through with AstroTurf. They're paying billions of dollars to try to get you to buy these games when the candidate that you have on the right just simply ran a grassroots campaign. And this is exactly what's going on with video games right now. So Dragon Age: The Veilguard has completely failed as an entertainment product. You see it peaked last week with 90,000 players, and it currently sits at 30,000 players online right now. So how does that compare with other AAA titles that came out this year? Great question. Pal World peaked at 2.1 million players when it came out. Helldivers 2 peaked at 500,000 players. Dragon's Dogma peaked at around 250,000 players at peak. So these are where AAA games will fall if they're very popular. But guys, Veilguard, this was one of the sites was saying it was 60,000. Another site was saying it was around 80,000, but it's still really bad, guys. This is a huge franchise. This isn't some, Helldivers 2 and Dragon's Dogma aren't even big franchises. This should have been a huge launch for this game because, this is the fourth Dragon Age game. And for it to come out at 60,000 players at launch, and now it's hemorrhaging, and it's sitting at like 30,000 players online right now, guys. This game is completely done, and it's completely cooked, and it's because they rammed in politics. They rammed in their satanic gay slop that none of us want in video games because it creates a bad RPG. And y'all, I think the game is sitting at around an 80 on Metacritic because, all of the game journalism in the world today is astroturfed and bought off. But it is sitting at a 3.8 on the user ratings. And all you have to do is get on YouTube or Twitter and see that this game is terrible. So what really this game comes down to is that, let me just tell you a couple of the things that were in this game in case you don't know anything about it. There's a scene where you're scolded for using the wrong pronouns. Now, if this were a good RPG like Baldur's Gate 3, I could turn around and kill these people. Or I could say, I don't give a shit about your pronouns. Like, I almost don't so much care if they put this stupid scene in the game, but I should be able to react to it in any way I want. But of course, the game just makes you sit there and listen to this retarded sermon about pronouns. There's a scene where you can establish a trans identity. You don't have any options to do other things. Can I establish my straight identity? Probably not. There's a scene where you have to watch a character come out as non-binary to their mom. Y'all, what happened to good Dragon Age games? What happened to hot chicks? What happened to Dragon Age 2, where your character was hot and looked like this? And guys, EA is absolutely melting down, and they are astroturfing hard for this game. And guys, to bring it back to Kamala and Trump, it just shows you when you astroturf for a game, it's always going to fail. So this was the next little scandal that started happening. Metacritic was absolutely getting bombed by user reviews. And so Metacritic thought, and I've learned something about this myself, Metacritic thought, oh, it's a good idea to start deleting reviews. And how wrong they were. You cannot just start deleting reviews off of your review site, but it shows that Metacritic is astroturf and it's bought off, and Metacritic cannot be trusted. This was, I can't remember the name of this guy, but this was a pretty popular Dragon Age video that was making the rounds. What this YouTuber explained is EA was prioritizing who gets Dragon Age reviews. So they had this big event. They flew everybody out to California or wherever they are. And then users that they had determined were making positive reviews about the game and saying positive stuff, those were the people that EA gave the early copies of, so that on launch day, when everybody launches their big reviews on the day that the embargo drops, it would automatically have an AstroTurf score. It would have a higher score than it was supposed to have. And this is horrible. You can't, as a company, select the people who are going to give your game a good review and then let those people review the game. That's like, it's a company that wants to be immune from feedback. It is a company, again, I know keep saying the AstroTurf word, but it is a company that wants to lie to consumers about the quality of its product. And guys, out come the shills. Out come the cucks and the shills and the lady boys and the femboys and the men who sit in the corner of the room in a chair while their wife is pleasured by another man. Just the cucks and the lesbians and all the broken people come out of the woodwork. So this, what I pulled here was this was a scandal that Metacritic was deleting reviews. And so I typed into Google News, I looked for a story about it, and Paul Tassi, Metacritic responds to Dragon Age Veilguard. Dragon Age Veilguard, Metacritic starting to delete reviews. Dragon Age the Veilguard, review bombing prompts urgent whatever. Metacritic is removing abusive Dragon Age the Veilguard. So you see these two websites, PC Games In and Dexerto, they are specifically couching this in language that is favorable to Metacritic. They're calling it review bombing. Look at this in Dexerto. He's saying removing racist, sexist, and homophobic ratings. Oh yeah, because we don't want your slop game where racist, sexist, and homophobic. But guys, like we've always said, they're shilling for these billion-dollar corporations to push satanic slop, which it's all the noses behind all of this, guys. We know this. It's BlackRock and the noses behind everything. And so these game reviewers and the legacy access media is pissed that they're being called out. They're pissed that we've identified them and that we've identified their agenda. Another way that we saw this was the way that the language was repeated in all of the reviews. Look, somebody pointed this out. Every single review: return to form, 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 return to form. It's like, are you guys? I guess EA is just feeding them reviews to have. And then another stupid website. You haven't seen the half of Dragon Age's character creator yet. Like, As what I assume is happening is EA is paying these people for maybe advertising on the site, and the deal is that they're going to give the game a favorable review. But guys, back to it again. On the left, you have purchased AstroTurf content, and on the right, you have grassroots. Another bad idea here: GameSpot turns off comments on their Dragon Age: The Veilguard videos. That's always a bad sign when you're turning off comments. Okay, but this is probably the funniest. This is probably the funniest game journalist screw up here. Um, Jason Schreier, and Jason Schreier actually wrote a couple good books. The dude, like, if the dude would stay in his lane and just do good, clean, bipartisan game journalism, I'd be a big fan of his. But this was a tweet that he saved or either posted really quick and deleted, and where he said, "Go woke, go bro, or top of the charts." Except I think he deleted it because that isn't what ended up happening. It took an absolute turd on the charts, and the game has failed. And now the game is on monkey life support down here. So yeah, Jason Schreier is a pretty known liberal cuck and shill. And so somebody asked him, Jason, there's no way you genuinely like this turd. And he said, I actually don't like the game very much, but I do like seeing you chuds get dunked on. Somebody said, this is who is calling you a chud. That's freaking good. So guys, yeah, just to, I'm not going to make a very long video here, but guys, Dragon Age Veilguard is what happens when a billion-dollar company tries to astroturf morals, when they try to preach to you their LGBT, when they try to preach to you their satanic LGBTQ sermon and you reject it, and they try to astroturf it. And they know gamers are going to hate this, but they ram it in anyway, and they force it in anyway. And guys, it's going to burn. They're all going to burn. Dude, burn this junk down. Burn these games down. We're not buying Concord. We're not buying Dustborn. We're not buying, if this new Indiana Jones game is woke, we're not going to buy it. Guys, burn these people to the ground. That is the only way to respond to this. This girl had a great comment. She said, with regards to the game, she said, no, the writing is horrible overall. Many inconsistencies. There's no funny or witty banter or interactions in this game. The ending, having played an Inquisitor that romance solos, is horrible. Fans like me waited 10 years for this, and it's just bad. Guys, that's what happens when you ram in a political propaganda instead of making a good game. Couldn't care less about the characters. They're all like directly from Tumblr. Except maybe Nev and Davin. I regret buying the game. 80 euros out the window. Yeah, guys, and that is what we will be remembered as we look at the tombstone of the game. And look, this final clip that I want to show y'all. This is just a great comparison. Somebody found a video in comparing insults in Dragon Age Origins to Dragon Age: The Veilguard, and look. In Fallout New Vegas contains some things that you might call woke, but it still lets you be yourself. If somebody says something stupid like, you need to use my pronouns, you can turn around and say, that's dumb in New Vegas. I'm just giving you an example here. You can turn around and kill them in New Vegas. You can probably crucify them and join Caesar's Legion in New Vegas. So I'm okay with an RPG having some of this trans or gay stuff in it, but as a true RPG, I need to be able to respond to that however I want. The flaw that Dragon Age Veilguard made is they thought this was a preachy propaganda opportunity for them. They thought this was a re-education opportunity for you to be brainwashed by their retarded, gay, satanic propaganda. And gamers aren't down with that. We're, like I said, we're okay with some of this stuff being in games, but I need to be able to respond to it in any way that I want. I shouldn't be forced how I respond to it. So a lot of people have pointed out that the insults in Dragon Age Veilguard are really, really tame and gay and lame. And so let's look at compare some insults from Dragon Age Origins to Dragon Age Veilguard.
It won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves. I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder.
So this is Dragon Age Origins, in case it's not clear.
That beast should be put down.
So the last comment is, maybe you should be put down.
What? That monster is in my larder, slobbering all over the bacon, and you're insulting me?
Oh, dear. Mistress, calm down, please.
That's it. I'll quit. Inform the turner. I'll go and cook at some nice estate in the Banorn.
And please.
Really? Because I heard...
See, just savage, dude. Like, this is why New Vegas is so good. This is why Baldur's Gate 3 is so good. Is the game doesn't preach at you and make you do a specific set of behaviors. The game lets you be whoever you want. And I have a feeling Dragon Age Veilguard is going to push gay, soft slop on you. Let's see.
There's a relic loose with red lyrium. How do you...
Like, I can't stand these people's voices, by the way. They all sound like it's a man pretending to be a woman, or a woman pretending to be a man. It's evil and it's gross.
Mind. You can't say. You never can.
Rook, meet my friend Rana. At least I think we're friends.
Yes. And Rook, if you're with Nev, I take it I can trust you?
Oh no, is this what somebody's Rook looks like? Looks like they crawled out of a van. They were like, "Oh, I'm a woman now." Gah. These are your options. Of course, you don't have much choice. I could ask that of you.
As much as I can trust you.
Look at that. On the same page already.
Of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Fourth option. Is there a reason I should care? See, dude, I love it. I love it when games let you be a dick. It's so great.
Maker's breath, mind your manners.
I take no offense. The Grey Wardens are not what we once were.
I'll not have the Wardens spoken ill of in my household. Without them, the Darkspawn would have killed us all in the first blight. You are the only reason men still live in Thedas.
Oh, and good job to Nick Tech for finding this stuff. Obviously, we're watching his video right now.
Rook, meet the Viper.
Here are your options. Nice to meet you. The Viper, really? And is this everyone? It's just like really boring. It's just boring ass responses. Starfield did the same problem with Starfield.
Anyone else coming?
Only if you got yourself followed. So why the meeting? Is this about your work with Varric?
Yeah, it's such a shame. And there was another, somebody shared an option where the thing you would pick on the dialogue wheel wasn't even the thing that they said. It would always be softened and sanitized down. Yeah, guys, this game is a disaster, and it is it's on the tombstone, and it's all because it had woke LGBT garbage in it, and that's exactly why it failed. So I'm gonna get out of here. See y'all.